Dear students, you have already learned geometry in high school. Today, we are going to discuss different types of angles and different types of triangles. Okay. Let us consider a line. Okay. I will take 2 points on this line. A line has no endpoints. Okay. And I denote this line AB like this. Okay. A line has no endpoints. So this is a line. If I cut this line in 2 pieces, then I will get a pair of rays. This is a ray. A ray has one endpoint and it extends indefinitely. I will take 2 points on this ray. Then I can call this ray as ray AB and we write that like this. Okay. A ray has one endpoint. A line doesn't have any endpoints. And if I just take 2 points A and B and if I join, then this is called a line segment. This is called a line segment. Correct? This is called line segment AB. You can also write line segment AB like this. Next, we shall take 2 rays intersecting at a common point O. I have taken 2 rays, one ray is OA, another ray is OB. This geometrical figure is called an angle. So an angle is a geometrical figure formed by 2 rays intersecting at a common point. This angle is denoted like this, angle AOB, or you can also write this as angle AOB. Okay. Here the point O is called vertex of the angle. It's called vertex. It's called the vertex of the angle AOB. And the rays OA and OB are called sides of the angle AOB. Angle AOB. The point O is called vertex of the angle AOB. The rays OA and OB are called sides of the angle AOB. The amount of rotation made by the ray OA from its initial position to the terminal position, that is the position of ray OB, is called measure of the angle. Okay. The amount of rotation is known as the measure of the angle. Now we shall discuss different types of angles. First one, straight angle. Straight angle. Straight angle. See here, I have taken 2 rays OA and OB. They make an angle of measure 180 degree. If the measure of an angle is 180 degree, and that angle is called a straight angle. Okay. Next, second one, right angle. Right angle. I will take 2 rays, one is OA and the other one is OB. If the angle between the 2 rays OA and OB is 90 degree, then the angle is called a right angle. So this 90 degree. So here the angle between here the measure of the angle AOB is 90 degree. Such an angle is called a right angle. Right angle. Next, acute angle. See here. Suppose I'll take measure of the angle AOB as x. Okay. If measure of the angle AOB lies between 0 degree and 90 degree, then the angle is called an acute angle. If the measure of the angle AOB lies between 0 degree and 90 degree, then the angle is said to be an acute angle. Similarly, if the measure of an angle is more than 90 degree, less than 180 degree, then it is called obtuse angle. Obtuse angle. Okay. So any angle whose measure lies between 90 degree and 180 degree is called obtuse angle. Next, fifth one, reflex angle. Reflex angle. Reflex angle. Suppose measure of the angle lies between 180 degree and 360 degree. If the measure of an angle lies between 180 degree and 360 degree, then is known as angle. Okay. Sixth one, complete angle. Complete angle. This point is O. Okay. So here measure of the angle x is 360 degree. Measure of the angle is 360 degree. Then the angle is said to be a complete angle. Okay. The ray OA takes one complete revolution. Then the angle so formed is called a complete angle. Okay. Next, seventh one, complementary angles. Complementary angles. Complementary angles. Two angles A and B are said to be complementary if their sum is equal to 90 degree. Two angles A and B are said to be complementary angles if their sum is equal to 90 degree. For example, I'll take two angles. One is AOB, another one is BOC, such that angle AOB is 30 degree, angle BOC is 60 degree. Clearly, sum of the angles A and B is 30 plus 60, 90 degree. So these two angles are complementary angles. Complementary angles. Next, eighth one, supplementary angles. Supplementary angles. Supplementary angles. Two angles A and B are said to be supplementary angles if their sum is equal to 180 degree. Their sum is equal to 180 degree. For example, suppose this angle is 70 degree, AOB is 70 degree, angle BOC is 110 degree. Okay. Clearly, angle AOC is a straight angle, right? Now, sum of these two angles is 180 degree. Therefore, The angles AOB and BOC, these two angles are supplementary angles. Okay. Next one, ninth, adjacent angles. Adjacent angles. Adjacent angles. Let us draw a diagram. AOB, another one is BOC. See here, angle AOB and angle BOC both have the same vertex. They have a common vertex and they have a common side, vector OB. This side is common to angle AOB and angle BOC. Now, these two angles are called adjacent angles. So, two angles are said to be adjacent angles if they have the same vertex and they have a common side. Okay. If I take this as angle 1, this as angle 2, angle 1 and angle 2 are adjacent angles. Okay. Next, 10th one, linear pair of angles. Linear pair of angles. Linear pair of angles. A pair of angles which make a pair of angles which make a straight angle or which make a straight line. See, for example, if I take this as 120 degree and this as 60 degree. Now, clearly the angles AOB and BOC are adjacent angles, right? They are adjacent angles, and moreover, sum of these two angles is 180 degree, right? Angle AOB plus angle BOC. These two angles are adjacent angles, and moreover, sum of these two angles is 180 degree. Such a pair of adjacent angles are called linear pair of angles. So, linear pair of angles are adjacent angles, sum of whose measures is equal to 180 degree. Okay. See the last case, these two angles 1 and 2 are adjacent angles, but they are not linear pair of angles. Okay. So, linear pair of angles are those adjacent angles whose sum is equal to 180 degree. Okay. Next, 11th one, vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles. Let us take two intersecting lines. Okay, I have taken two intersecting lines. These two intersecting lines intersect at this point, and these two intersecting lines form two pairs of angles. This is one pair and this is another pair. I will call this as angle 1, this as angle 2, this as angle 3, this as angle 4. Here the angles 1 and 3 are vertically opposite angles. This is one pair of vertically opposite angles. Similarly, the angles 2 and 4 is another pair of vertically opposite angles. One thing you have to remember, vertically opposite angles are congruent. That means angle 1 is same as angle 3 and the vertically opposite angles 2 and 4 are equal. Okay. You have to remember this. Vertically, any pair of vertical opposites angles are always equal. Understood? Next. Next, we shall discuss corresponding angles, okay, corresponding angles, and after that alternate angles, interior angles, and exterior angles. So for that, I'll draw a diagram. Let L1 and L2 be two parallel lines. Okay. Next, I'll take a line which passes through these two parallel lines, and this line is called transversal. Transversal. The line which passes through these two these two parallel lines L1 and L2 is called transversal. Now this transversal forms 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 1, 2. Oh, 1 minute. I'll just take this as 3 and this as 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this transversal forms 8 angles with these two parallel lines L1 and L2. Okay, here you can observe the angles 2, 3, 5, 8 lie within these two parallel lines. So that's why the angles 2, 3, 5, 8 are called interior angles. Okay, the angles which lie within these two parallel lines are called interior angles. We have 4 more angles which lie either above this parallel line or below this, above this line and below this line. Those 4 angles are called exterior angles. So angles 1, 4, 6, 7. These 4 angles are called exterior angles. I repeat, the angles which lie within these two parallel lines are called interior angles, and the other 4 angles are called exterior angles. Now the angle 1 and the angle 5, these two angles are called corresponding angles. So what are corresponding angles? See, the angles which lie on one side of the transversal, and moreover these two angles 1 and 5, they lie above, the angle 1 lies above this line, angle 5 lies above this line, and both the angles lie on one side of the transversal. Such angles are called corresponding angles. Okay, and moreover they do not have the same vertex. Okay, so angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding angles. Actually there are 4 pairs of corresponding angles. I have just written 1 pair. Similarly 2 and 6, angle 2 and angle 6 are corresponding angles. Next, angle 4 and angle 8 are corresponding angles. And just one more pair, angle 3 and angle 7. Angle 3 and angle 7. These two form another pair of corresponding angles. So there are 4 pairs of corresponding angles. So what you have to remember is that corresponding angles, if any pair of corresponding angles lie on one side of the transversal, they do not have the common vertex, and one lies, say, and moreover, say here 1 and 5 are corresponding angles. So angle 1, say it lies above this line, and angle number 5 lies above this line. Okay, so there are 4 pairs of corresponding angles. Next, alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles. See here, I have already told you angles 2, 3, 5, 8 are interior angles. Now let us find out what are interior alternate angles. Interior alternate angles. So those angles must be interior angles. So here 2, 3, 5, there are 4 interior angles. Alternate angles are the angles which lie on opposite sides of the transversal and which do not have the same vertex. See here, say angle 5 and angle 3. These two angles lie on opposite sides of the transversal and they do not have the same vertex, right? So these two angles, angle 3, angle 5, these two angles form a pair of interior alternate angles, and there is one more pair of interior alternate angles. What are they? Angle 2 and angle 8. So angle 2, angle 8. This is another pair of interior alternate angles. See, alternate angles always lie on opposite sides of the transversal. They do not have the same vertex. Understood? So there are 2 pairs of interior alternate angles. Similarly, we can define exterior alternate angles. Exterior alternate angles. So we know that there are 4 exterior angles, 1, 4, 6, 7. I have already told you alternate angles do not alternate angles lie on opposite sides of transversal. See here, 1 is exterior angle, 7 is also exterior angle. Moreover, they lie on opposite sides of the transversal, right? And they do not have the same vertex. Therefore, the angles 1 and 7 form a pair of exterior angles. Similarly, there is one more pair of exterior alternate angles. What are they? Angle 4 and angle 6. These 2 angles form another pair of exterior alternate angles. Okay. So can you identify vertically opposite angles? Vertically opposite angles. What are the vertically opposite angles? Here there are 4 pairs of vertically opposite angles. One is, say, angle 1 and angle 3. They are vertically opposite angles. Okay. And moreover, angle 2 and angle 4 are vertically opposite angles. Angle 5 and angle 7 are vertically opposite angles. And another last pair, angle 6 and angle 8. These 2 angles form vertically opposite angles. Okay. Moreover, we know that any pair of vertically opposite angles are congruent, they are equal. Similarly, you have to remember this theorem. The theorem says that, just copy down the theorem. If two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then first one, each pair of alternate angles are equal. And second one, each pair of corresponding angles are equal. Okay. So that means here interior angles, see the pair of interior angles 3 and 5, these two are equal. Similarly, angle 2 is equal to angle 8. Okay. Similarly, angle 1 is equal to angle 7, angle 4 is equal to angle 6. Okay. Similar thing holds good for corresponding angles. See here, I have written 4 pairs of corresponding angles, right? So angle 1 is equal to angle 5, angle 1 is equal to angle 5, angle 2 is equal to angle 6, angle 4 is same as angle 8, and angle 3 is equal to angle 7. Okay. You have to remember, if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, then each pair of alternate angles are equal, each pair of corresponding angles are equal. Okay. Now just one more thing, angle bisector. Let us consider a diagram like this: AOB, AOC. Okay. See here, if angle AOB, this angle, is equal to angle BOC. If angle AOB is equal to angle BOC, then the ray OB is called angle bisector of angle AOC. Okay. See, the ray OA divides angle AOC into two equal angles. One is angle AOB, another one is angle BOC. So whenever angle AOB is equal to angle BOC, then this ray OB is called angle bisector of the angle AOC. Okay. Now we shall discuss some simple problems. Here there is a diagram. First one, AB and CD are two parallel lines. Okay. It is parallel to line CD. This is a transversal. I shall take the transversal PQ. Okay. This point is L, this point is M. It is given that the angle DMP is 135 degree. Okay. The question is, you have to find all the other angles. You have to find out the 7 angles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now see here, clearly PQ is a straight line. So angle DMP is 135 degree. So angle QMD must be, what should be this angle? Since these two angles form a pair of linear angles, right? Pair of linear angles. That means sum of their angles is 180 degree, right? So this angle should be 180 minus 135, that is 45 degree, correct? Right? Similarly, angle BLB, angle QLB and LMD, these two are, therefore this angle must be 45 degree, right? Next, this angle and this angle 135 degree, these are vertically opposite angles, therefore angle LMC must also be 135 degree, right? Next, angle CMP and angle DMP, these two form a pair of linear angles, so sum of these two angles must be 180 degrees, or better, we shall take these two are vertically opposite angles, so this angle 45 degrees, so this must also be 45 degree, right? Next, here what must be the measure of this angle? MLB. This angle is 45 and sum of these two angles must be 180, so this angle is 135 degree. Next, angle QLA. Angle QLA and BLM are vertically opposite angles, so this angle is 135 degree. And finally, these two angles are vertically opposite angles, so this angle is 45 degree, correct? Next, just one more problem here. Second one, find the value of x, find the value of x, find the value of x. See, so it is given that this angle is 90 degree, okay? This angle is x, this angle is 130 degree. The question is, what is the value of x? Okay. Can you see a triangle here? I'll call this point as A, this point as B, and this point as C. Okay. Since this angle is 90 degree, this must also be 90 degree, correct? Next, these two angles form a pair of linear angles. That means sum of these two angles must be 180 degree. So this angle is 130, so this must be 50 degree, correct? Next, so we know two angles in the triangle ABC. This angle is 90, this angle is 150, and what should be this angle? We know that sum of three interior angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So this angle must be 180 minus 90 minus 50. So 180 degree minus of 90 degree plus 50 degree. So what should be? So 180 minus 140. So this angle is 40 degree. Correct? Now see, this line is transversal. So these two angles are vertically opposite angles, right? So x must be equal to 40 degree, correct? So x equal to 40, right? Next, now we shall move on to triangles. What is a triangle? A triangle is a plane figure bound by three non-concurrent line segments. Okay, AB, BC, CA, these are three non-concurrent line segments, and this plane figure is called a triangle, and I'll take this angle as A, this angle as B, this angle as C. Okay, and usually we write small letter A to denote side of the triangle, side of a triangle whose opposite angle is A. Okay, similarly I'll write this as B, I'll write this as small letter C. So a triangle has three angles, angle A, angle B, angle C, and it has three sides, A, B and C. What is A? A is nothing but the side BC, B is nothing but side AC or CA, and C is nothing but side AB. Okay. Now we shall classify. Based on sides. Okay. So classification of triangle based on sides. Based on sides, we can classify or we can divide triangles based on sides. The first one is equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle. Okay. So in Kannada, equilateral triangle is called Samabahu Tribuja. Okay. So a triangle is said to be an equilateral triangle if all the three sides are equal. If AB is equal to BC is equal to CA, then such a triangle is called equilateral triangle. Okay. Next, second one, isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle. In Kannada, this is called Samadvibahu. Samadvibahu Tribuja. Okay. A triangle in which two sides are equal. Suppose this side is equal to this side, AB is equal to AC. Then such a triangle is called equilateral triangle. Here in this case, AB is equal to AC. If any two sides of a triangle are equal, then such a triangle is called isosceles triangle. Okay. Third one, scalene triangle. Scalene triangle. If all the three sides of a triangle are different, they are not equal, then we say it's a scalene triangle. For example, something like this. See here, in this case, AB is not equal to BC, BC is not equal to AC. All the three sides are different. Such a triangle is called scalene triangle. So we can classify or we can divide triangles based on the sides. Next, we are going to classify triangles based on angles. So classification based on angles. Based on angles. In that first one, acute angled triangle. Acute angled triangle. If all the three angles of a triangle are acute angle, then such a triangle is called acute angled triangle. So in this case, angle A, B and C, all the three angles are acute angle. Okay, they are acute angles. Such a triangle is called acute angled triangle. Next one, right angled triangle. Right angled triangle. If the triangle has an angle whose measure is 90 degree, then such a triangle is called a right angle triangle. Here, this angle is 90 degree. This triangle is called right angled triangle. Third one, obtuse angle triangle. Obtuse angle triangle. Obtuse angle triangle. If the triangle has an angle which is more than 90 degree, then the triangle is called an obtuse angle triangle. See, here I have taken a triangle ABC and such that the interior angle B, this angle is 120. 120 is obtuse angle. So therefore, this triangle ABC is called an obtuse angled triangle. Okay. Next, you have to remember, it's actually a theorem. In any triangle, the sum of three interior angles is equal to 180 degree. Okay. So theorem, in any triangle, the sum of the three interior angles is 180 degree. Okay. For example, suppose we have a triangle like this ABC. Okay.